Hello. We're back with Dark Souls 2, Skull of the First Sin. I'm just checking to make sure audio is coming through nice and clean.
We're back with Dark
Yep.
Souls 2,
Alrighty.
Skull of the First Sin. I'm just checking to make sure.
So, last we left off, I should probably mute that. Last we left off, we had pushed down two different routes to various levels. We had gone down the large well that it can be found in the center of Majula, and traversed our way down, kind of getting sidetracked along the way, going through a dungeon to clear out a bunch of rats. And we ended up going all the way down to the bottom to where I stopped there at the gutter, at an area called the gutter, because I despise that fucking area. I would rather Light Town in Dark Souls 1 than go through the goddamn gutter. It bothers me that much. Yes, we made our way up Earthen Peak, the large structure that has various windmills on it that push off, that kind of push poison out into the Harvest Valley. And we, paradoxically, through no logical sense, got in an elevator that went up the tower and ended up in a hellscape with lots of lava and an iron keep sitting on top of it. We encountered some difficulty with fighting one of the bosses there, partially because the route there is pretty tricky as far as getting there. The actual boss and the boss itself is kind of a pain in the ass to fight. But nonetheless, we will continue on that way, and when we eventually clear that pathway, we'll be forced to double back, and we'll be forced to double back upon the the gutter. Alright, so we continue onward. So down this way is where we fought the boss, so we're actually going to go down back this way. And we are going to fight Pursuer, I believe, for the last time. I don't remember ever fighting Pursuer again after this. So, a bit odd fighting him with no music. I mean, it wasn't the last couple times, it was just ambient noise. Now, I vaguely remember a lot of the other instances in which we fought him being a lot easier, or rather that I was doing more damage to him. So I believe this last incarnation, he has a boosted amount of HP. I could be wrong. I could just be remembering incorrectly, but it seems like he has a lot more health. I wailed on him for a bit now, and he's between a third and a half dead. About 2 more strikes and he'll be about at the halfway mark. Managed to get him on him. That is right. Yeah, a lot of the bosses, especially, I found ones with shields, and enemies with shields in general, they are pretty well countered by the strategy of just strafe to the side of their shield. Because obviously a lot of their attacks are going to come from the sword side, so in this case his right arm. So just circle around, strafe his left side, and generally you'll be either completely out of the reach of his completely out of the reach of his weapon, or he'll or at the very least use oh shit. I hardly ever see that attack. I wasn't expecting that. But in general, with the rolling towards a particular side or strafing to a particular side, because you're actually going, sword's going to be traveling, you're hitting the last portion. The only thing that the sword can hit you with is the end of its hitbox at the end of the attacks. Yep, I believe that was the last time you fight him, and you get the Ring of Blades +1, so we can swap that out for now. A slightly heavier, but better ring. So this one, again, will increase our physical attack. So let's look at our stats real quick. There's our... okay, so 298, 144 is the number we're looking at now. Switch it to that. 313. Okay, so it went up an extra, like, 15 points, so... as far as how much damage we're doing per strike. So not an insignificant amount, by any means. Especially considering that, like, most of our levels that we're pumping in only bumps up our... if we're putting, like, say, into Dex, it only bumps up our, I was just making sure I didn't have anything I needed to blow mode dust. I couldn't remember. What do we have on us? We have 2 Fragrant Branches of Yore, and we have 4 Ferrous Lockstones, so quite a few. Now, I remember this part being equally annoying, if not more. I remember how to fight these guys. I can't counter that downward swing. I have to get them on the side thrust. Recovery is much longer on that side, on that thrust attack. As long as I can get 2, they seem to stagger pretty easily. So, oh yes, I remember now. No, you come here. Knowing how to properly fight these guys is paramount. Ooh. 4 that time. We have excess amounts. A little bit more we can go on in 5, I think. So yes, this, yeah, if we didn't stop him, he would have broken the bridge. We would have had to, it would have forced us to hop over this section. And as we've established in previous episodes, jumping in Dark Souls sucks. We have excess Ferrous Lockstone, so why not? I think I vaguely remember, hurrah for illusion, therefore try attacking. Okay, yes, I think I remember this one being actually a good one to do. We will explore those other areas. So this is the area we're gonna have to explore later. Yes, it's all coming back to me now. Yeah. Thunder Quartz Ring. I believe that increases our lightning resistance. Yeah, our defense against lightning. I'm trying to think. I can't really remember off the top of my head any particular enemies that use lightning. Let's code here. We're going to take a bit of a sidetrack here. Oh, and we have another, so that we've encountered these guys before. There was the Belfry, there was the Belfry we encountered before in the Lost Bastille, and then we have, a similar...
For the princess. Useless. Be gone, run!
So, seems to be another similar, Belfry. Yeah, the Belfry Soul. So, we have the Belfry Sun, or the Belfry of the Sun, is what you could interpret it as. And the other one we did at the Lost Bastille was the, Belfry Luna, or the Belfry of the, Belfry Moon, Moon Belfry, or Belfry of the Moon, either work. Ooh. What you do? Like the sound effect in animation mostly goes for that dream. Looks like I got interrupted at like the last possible second. Ooh, that was close. Oh shit. Ow. Ooh, you're quick on that. Oh, you hit hard. I remember now, yeah, these guys hit, like, weirdly disproportionately hard. We encounter this later, but I may as well say it now because it's cool, like, flavor text for the Iron Keep. Is that the King of the Iron Keep, who we've had mentioned a couple times before, he was a king that like seemed to have it particularly out for the undead. The forest area, I can't remember, Huntsman's Copse, I believe it was, C-O-S-P-E. I've never seen that word outside of this game, so I'm not sure exactly what it means, but it's mentioned that the area was set up in, like, specifically for the purpose of hunting undead. And the Skeleton Lords were seemed to be the people, the Skeleton Lords in the chariot, what's it called, the Executioner's Chariot, I believe, seem to have been set up deliberately for the purpose making sure these don't do anything in particular. They may just be to fuck over anyone, because this is another area where you can totally be invaded. So that Covenant that the guy asked me to join that I refused, essentially what that does is you become kind of a guardian of this place, and your job is any player comes into this area, you will invade their world to try to kill them. Right, nah. This guy is basically the same guy as the guy we fought outside the Executioner's Chariot. Takes all my stamina to block his attacks. Quick. Oh, I thought he dropped something for a moment. Let's do what he's doing and pull that bell. Item ahead. Simpleton Spice. Useful for casters, not to us. Do people try to jump that? Or... most of them fell, it seems. Oh. Oh shit. These guys take about 5, it seems. 5 or 6. Let me make sure there aren't any items. Spice. You guys gonna come up here? You're gonna, yep, you're gonna draw your bows. Oh, you're gonna climb up? Okay. Well, in that case, let's fight over here, where we don't have to worry about arrows. Quite a few souls on us. We got a level and then a little bit more, which for this area I think we'll probably dump into more light. I have about 16 of them on me now, I think. But it never hurts to have more. 16 spice. I believe there's this, and then that's the end of the zone. Oh, I probably should have. Okay. It looks like people just came in to try to run here. Immolation, a pyromancy spell that I don't have any experience with. MFG, Triclops Snake Troches. Troches. What is that? Ooh, classic. What's it? Oh. Liar head. Yeah, somebody probably saying. Beware message. Illusory wall. Oh, it is. Like. Ooh, 2 chests. Good to have. Black Knight Greatsword. Protective Chime, Great Spirit Tree Shield. Let's look at those. Great Tree Shield. It's good for magic, that's for sure. Shield of the Blue Spirit Tree that is said to possess divine powers. Appears in the Allegory of Qualla. Deflect spells by parry. Once there was a frightened boy who was easily frightened, so the talking dream of Dreamworld transformed him into a shield to protect him. Or transform himself into a shield, not transform the boy into a shield. But yeah, rather different story. And then what else? Black Knight Greatsword. Greatsword wielded by knights who served a Lord of Light in a long forgotten age. Even after their flesh was charred by flame, they remained as strong as ever and stood watch, challenging visitors to their land. So this is the Silver Knight Sword. These are the swords of, at least from the text, people that, these are from the knights that were the Silver Knights that eventually turned into the Black Knights when they went on the crusade with Gwen to, go fight the demons that were created by the demon tree created by the Witch of Izalith. Oh boy, it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me. Hey, you. Ow. Okay. This is very... let's transport over to this bonfire. And be careful. Just have to be quiet, or have to be careful. Shame to lose all those souls. But now that I've said that, karma will probably bite me in the ass. Come here, you. Chunk of change added on top. So, oh shit. This is a bad hallway to fight him in. Alright, so we can pull this. Dunk those into the fire. Maybe we should just pull it back up again? So we don't have to deal with you anymore? Wow, you're sure trying. Traggard. Yes, I remember now. Roll through these. So rolling through these jugs and stuff actually gives us ability of fire resistance. We got what we wanted. We don't have to. I don't want to even bother trying. Yep, it's all coming back to me. Where the fuck is that arrow coming from? Oh, I see him now. Oh! This is quite annoying. Backpedal with you. This is just an area that requires a lot of patience. Situational awareness. I'm starting to fucking sweat. I feel like, yeah, I was gonna say, I heard something come up behind me. Oh boy. Oh. Let's throw him back here. I can. Swordsman will be faster by a considerable amount from the Turtle Knight, so take care of him, probably. Let's take a second to, hello, Vestalt the Royal H. Hey, nice name. That is a name we will come across quite a bit later, but we will come across it. How did you drop down? Well, it means we can get rid of you. Maybe, I don't think... Oh, he might have just fallen. Let's see. Oh, now we can deal with him for good. I didn't know that could happen. What the fuck? Wanna go up there? May as well. Clear out all the enemies. Well, all the enemies that matter. There's still that one down there on that lower platform, but he's not much of a threat. I've beaten the game before, so yes, I do know of Velstadt. However, we are just inside the Iron Keep, so we won't encounter you for a bit. But he is one of the bosses you have to fight, so we will eventually encounter you. Yes. Side thrust. Hey, just goes on to see a million years to recover. Oliver the Collector. Ah. Hello. Got sword and a lance. Quite a bit of health. Grab attack. You've got a lot of weapons, dude. Well, that's probably why you're called the Collector. Dark Souls Maniac. Hello! Hello, Dark Souls Maniac. Human effigy. No, he is not an easy boss. He is a big boy that hits very hard. He is truly royal at being the King's Shield. Hey, new followers. This is the most fucking active my live stream has ever been. Sad, but some would say it's sad but true. But pointless end. Yeah, at this point it's pointless end. Son of a bitch. I hope I can get back down there. I don't want to have to clear all that shit out again. Where in the hell are we? More archers. I don't think I've ever been up here. Shards, fire arrows, quite a few of them. Spice. Oh my god, we got 5 people, holy shit. I'm one of the best players PvP. I am competent, but what was I saying? Yeah, no, I don't do PvP that much. I'm fine with it. My internet is not the best, so I end up with a lot of the typical Dark Souls issues of characters being in front of me and then teleporting 20 feet behind me. Sniper spots. I don't have much in the way of sniper stuff. Okay, yeah, this I believe is a area we're gonna have to go later. Here. Oh god. Oh, fuck. In the meantime, what's this? Pointless, okay. I don't like being on narrow ledges at Dark Souls. It actually, like, gives me so much fucking anxiety. Come on, fucking Souls on me. Okay. So, what I want to do is I want to drop straight down. I wonder if this chain has... Oh, shit. I don't want to risk the chain having collision, so we're just going to drop. We're just going that way. Drop. Okay. Covetous gold serpent rings. That will increase the... Don't give up, skeleton. My favorite... Luden Zalen. How often do I go live? It really depends. I'm actually in a pretty busy time in my life right now. I'm moving locations to go from one college to another. But right now I've been trying to stream. Right now the schedule's been every other day at about 4. Because I want to try to bang this out before I actually leave. I leave fairly soon, in about a week and some change, so... But I think I could totally get through the game, in that time. Where am I from? I am on East Coast, and that's about all I'm really comfortable saying. I'm an East Coast USA boy. Drop. We're gonna deal with you. Belching's at risk. I don't know how far it is to the bonfire, so we're going to... And we have a little bit of extra on these, so we're going to use our repair powder. Stop down here. Ah, yes. Okay, so normally we would come out. Yes, this, I believe, leads... one of these ways leads back up to the room we were just in that we left, maybe. Oh shit. Yep, that's the room we were just in, so. I would like not to deal with Turtle Boy in an area where I can fall to my death. So let's back up here. Oh shit. This is not good. Kill him, kill him. Fuck! A little bit late on that draw there. That's alright. I'm from Poland in Texas. Well, I'll... I don't know, man. I'm not too terribly comfortable revealing exactly where I live, like, even in terms of, like, the state and stuff. That's just me. Come on, do something. Welcome. So we're gonna have to be really careful and patient on this section going through again. We need to stop being patient and just go for one strike at a time. Now we don't have to traverse that upper part again. And we don't have to worry about necessarily items, so we can just roll on through. I'm from Dark Souls. Yep. I have effigies. I have quite a few effigies actually. I'm just choosing not really to use them. You know what? We got plenty, so now that you mention it, we may as well, just for the extra health, because why not? I'm trying to remember, trying to figure out if I'd rather have that guy up top or rather have him down here. Let's just get him out of the way. He's up top up there. Yeah, there are going to be angles where he can't see us. Where if he's down here, then he's just going to be able to hit us all day, every day. Trying to figure out what triggers that to drop, because that would be... Oh! Getting greedy again. I need to kind of slow the pace down a bit. Small shards. Let's pace things out a bit. Keep going back. So that is one thing about Dark Souls, that the faster you kind of learn it, the easier the game gets, is, like, don't be afraid to cheese the game. The game will occasionally just throw bullshit at you. Don't be afraid to throw bullshit back. If you got a string of enemies that one is much faster than the other, just let them outpace each other. Yeah, I know he'll still shoot. It's just, in my mind, I'd rather have him so that he can't. If he's down there, he's always going to have an angle on me. Oh shit! Okay. If that makes sense. I'd rather have a guy where sometimes he won't be there. I think that's about the end of their aggro range. Yeah, he wants to go back in that room, so. Luckily, my hide shield is very resistant to bleed. See right here, it's like he can't quite shoot me because he'd have to shoot me with a Tor. Oh, never mind, I guess I'm wrong, but... let's run through that barrel. I'm glad I said that one. So, I said earlier, these will increase my fire resistance. Oh shit! That's unfortunate. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. In that situation, in the situation back with the turtles where I had plenty of time, I should have homework boned out. That's my own. That's just something you learn to, you know, you see what mistakes you're making. Oh, where the fuck is he going? Oh. Oh, I triggered him. So yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier, where now we gotta short hop over. Which also means that any time we have to, if we try to create space back here, we've only got until there, and now it ends in a ledge. And also we have to fight this guy in this cramped-ass hallway. Oh shit, we still got that fourth one. I don't have anything really I can throw at him that will really bother him. That's a crush counter. Oh, wow. "32 bosses. I didn't know the exact number off the top of my head, and that's a lot more than I probably would have guessed. I probably would have guessed like 20, but that's probably because a lot of them tend to escape my mind. Yeah, Velstadt is one of the last... Yeah, Velstadt, I tend to talk about bosses and lore stuff when we get to it, because... Well, I'm not nearly versed in the lore here as I am in, say, like, Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3. I've said before that, like, Dark Souls 3 has, or Dark Souls 2 has among, like, the main story of Dark Souls 2 in terms of, like, the king and all the stuff that's going on here. The bigger picture of the story is probably one of my favorite in the Soul series. Where are we running? There is actually, so, getting a bit off track here, but, the reason why I'm not too terribly bothered with Lost Souls is, A, you get a shit ton of levels, in your previous playthrough, throughout a playthrough. I died plenty of times during my first playthrough, that you can see there, that you can usually see, yep, that's right, yeah, so if you look here, so level 98, and then you have the current souls I'm holding, the souls I need to level up, and then that's something called your soul memory. And soul memory only really, there's only one real application I've seen in the actual game that your soul memory will come into play, and it is a thing where if you get that number high enough, I believe it's 1 million, if you get to 1 million, there's, you basically can do things, not necessarily there's a particular door that either requires you to have a particular item or have a soul memory of over, or 1 million or more. And I was about to say, it's not necessarily the easier way, it's just arguably the faster way, because as you see, I'm about 3/4 of the way there, and depending on, like, say, if you, like, died a shit ton in this area, or certain areas over and over and over again where you're killing enemies that have high soul yields, you could, like, completely reasonably get that soul level over 1 million, before you would get to the point where you would get that item that you need to open the door. So, Yeah, so it's technically faster. Okay, so that pressure plate triggers the Okay, we can't... I could have just walked past that fire. I wasn't sure, and I didn't want to take risks. It's also a good illustration of how deadly that door is. 1,500,000. That's probably about. Yeah, I can totally see that. And I don't know what my soul memory in my main account is off the top of my head. I'd have to double check. But easily over 1 million. I think by the time I got to that door, I was well over 1 million, or at least at 1 million. The point is, you can do it. You can get to the end game a bit earlier, at the expense of you not having gone through certain, like a later portion. You can get to a end game portion of the game early. I don't see your other comment, Dark Souls Maniac. I'm trying to, like, and I'm not trying to sound like a dickhead, but, like, you know, I'm trying to focus on the game, and since there's no actual pause feature in Dark Souls, it's the kind of game where it's not easy looking at chat. You often have to, you know, you obviously have to take your eyes off the game, and that can be, you know, not a good thing to do. I got back here. Would have been nice to have 500,000 soul, or, well, 50,000. But it is what it is. Oh, hi. I'll just try killing you the old guy. So these things damage like fuck. These are not things to fuck with. There it is. Nope. Fucking blind. There it is. Right in front of the... Right... Like the two signs pointing right at it. Go up here. Now, this is one of the most important things to trigger in the entire game. Well, first there's that, but that's secondary to this. So, pull that. And the fire is gone. So, A makes this this whole zone way easier to traverse. Let's head back to Majula and dump these souls. We still need Titanite chunks to level up the falchion and the scimitar. Let's see, we're at 7 and 7, so I believe we need 2 chunks. I don't think she sells them yet. I think she'll sell much later in the game. Something's going on. Hold on a second. Not seeing your guys's.
You've been long. Well,
Yeah, still sells the little
no
shards.
interest.
Can we do anything? Reinforce. Yeah, both of them require 2 chunks. So, we have done, so we're gonna need a bit. Yes, we have enough.
There. See, lest.
Alright, we got strength up to 18, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's keep dumping into Dex, maybe. Adaptability, put our agility up a bit, but it doesn't really matter, because I think it's every 4 agility you get an extra invincibility frame. I see the comment you put now, Dark Souls Menace, but, or Maniac, but I didn't see the last one if there was a different one. I see 2 of yours, like 5 of Velstat's, 2 more of yours, another Velstat, another yours, another Jerry Slaw. So I'm sorry if I missed a comment of yours, but or if I'm not seeing it. Either way. We don't really need at the moment to buy more life gems, so we can just head back. First thing we want to do is head over to the bridge. Run over to the bridge, because with those bullheads now not spewing out the fire, yeah, that comment you put up just now I didn't see. It's not showing up. The Iron Key. Trying to remember what the Iron Key, what door goes through. Ow. Let's see. I don't think this is safe either. Nope. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the comments. Yes, I see that comment. Yeah, I can see the one saying, "Can you see this?" I'm just... that's odd. Opens the iron door of the Iron Keep. The iron sunk into a castle of fire, weighed down by the castle's iron and the burden of the king's conceit. Over the ages, the iron was stripped from the castle by opportunists passerby. Shit. Or the edges of the iron door must be somewhere far away. Yeah, I figured. Well, yeah, I probably won't be doing the DLC. Is it the one for the memories, or is it for the one... Is it for the proper DLC, or... well, I can't remember. No, I think this one's, yeah, I think this one is for the... Yeah, I think that one is for the actual DLC. And then the other one is for... I don't know. It's been a long time since I've touched the DLC. Sir Alone, yes. Alon, yes, that's what I was thinking of. So, we'll continue onwards. With this all disabled, it is now trivial. Just a matter of going down some ladders. we can grab some of the items. Lightning short bow. I didn't see that comment for some reason. I still see the "it's for Sir Alone" Alon comment. Let's continue onwards. So again, utterly check. Saw that one. Yeah. Yeah. Again, it's utterly fucking ridiculous that Aldia. Yeah, Aldia's a really good boss. Yeah. So again, it's fucking ridiculous that we come out, we jump into a elevator at the top of the windmill, like the Earthen Peak. We come up, like the elevator goes up. If it went down, it'd be like, okay, whatever. Like, it's weird we can still see the sky, but whatever. But the, yeah, it's just fucking bizarre that we come up and then the, out my YouTube channel. Yeah, I guess go ahead and watch Dark Souls Maniac on YouTube if you'd like. I don't know. Yeah, Dark Souls Maniac is the name of the channel. So I assume he does Dark Souls related content. So if you want to see more when I'm not streaming or not watching the VODs, you I guess go watch that if you'd like. So yeah, that's fucking cool. So yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. We come out here and it's like, okay, where the fuck is the windmill? How do we go up the windmill, or up the tower, and end up here? So, I don't know, it's another... I'll hold that thought for a minute, because it's boss time. The old Iron King, presumably turned into this at some point. So this is, I actually, as far as design-wise, like the ideas behind it, I really like this boss. Oh shit! Oh shit! What was that? In terms of like the overall design of the boss encounter, I like it. The boss design is fine. Like, it's not anything crazy. It just looks like a fucking oh god, what's the fucking thing? Looks like kind of like a Balor from Dungeons and Dragons, where it's just a big fire demon. Oh, we don't have to bother you. Excuse me, went the wrong way. Yeah, it just looks kind of like a big fire demon. The encounter is cool though. At least it's not. If he had a big ass sword and shield and had a bunch of like crazy armor, then it'd be kind of meh. But the fact that it's just a big demon, I think. I like the fact that it's just a demon, like a big fire demon, more than it's guy with sword and shield that's a lot bigger than you. Or large weapon, large shield that's bigger than you, because frankly this game, I've talked about it before, but frankly this game has a lot of them. somewhat to the detriment of. So actually, now that I think of it, locking on might not be the best thing. Oh shit. Get a full heal there. So, I'm trying to remember, because there's something weird with these fireball. Yeah, I remember now. Yep. They have... The fire itself is not an actual stream, it's more just like a dozen or so balls that you can totally either outrange or... you can like kind of squeeze between them, or you can... oh shit. I wish he did a bit more moves, but also the boss arena doesn't allow for a lot. Oh shit. Because there's not a whole lot of room to begin with, and there's also the issue of... oh, I was about to make a comment on that, actually. So yeah, so there is one spot like back there where the floor is like broken up so that he can knock you back. Like it's almost like if you take like half a bullseye almost. Like you have all the fire, like all the lava around it, obviously, and then there's like a strip of rock, and then like there's a small like section in there towards the back or against that back wall there where lava is, and it's almost like a fucking Castlevania game where it doesn't matter what angle you're hit from or what, it seems that your character will gravitate towards that hole. It's like Castlevania, like I just said, but it's like Castlevania has that effect where it's like Simon Belmont gets hit from behind and it'll fly 25 feet in the like same direction he got hit from if it means he'll like go into a hole, it seems. You know, that got me thinking, I would totally be fucking down for a Castlevania game in this style. Because the last two, what was it, fucking Lords of Shadow or some shit, they were just kind of God of War like clones. Like a lot of games in the fucking PS3 era were like that, but like, or PS2, PS3 era were like that, where action games just became make God of War, but with a couple new mechanics and a different like look to it. So like Dante's Inferno had that. I very distinctly remember thinking basically like, man, the whole way this thing flows is like God of War. Anyway, I'm getting off track now. And I'm trying to keep in mind what the kind of, not even a dig at the game, it's more just something I don't really, something with a design that doesn't, some people, I've talked to a handful of people that like it, but most people I've talked to think it's a bit of a detriment to the game. It has to do with how the game is laid out in terms of, oh shit, wow, fucking lucky. And luckily, this guy takes a million years to recover from that move, and that was a little bit too much. I didn't need to drink that much, but oh well, it gets me to full, and we're... Yep, see, what was that? What did I just say? Get sucked right into that damn hole. I may as well talk about it now because it gets because it takes a bit to get there. So one of the things with Dark Souls 3 is that or Dark Souls 2 rather. God, one of the things with Dark Souls 2 is that they wanted to make the game feel a lot bigger than Dark Souls 1, I feel. And so you see the map in the basement of the mansion in Majula. You see like things like Hades Tower of Flame off in the distance, and it's far, far away. And then to walk to it requires like a 3-minute walk through a sewer, and bam, you're there. And same thing with that the ruined fortress in the beginning of the game. Or towards the beginning of the game, where you fight the last giant in the basement. The distances are vastly stretched, and they might have had the same problem or thing that they had going on with Dark Souls 3, where Dark Souls 3 had a lot of areas kind of chopped up and moved around and shortened and lengthened and whatnot. But I feel like, yeah, Dark Souls, that this game kind of has a bit of that effect of, like, you know, with how deliberately they try to keep all areas kind of purposefully realistically distanced from each other, to where you would look up and see an area that you had come from previously a few hours ago, and it feels like you've probably traveled that distance. This game, obviously, however, distances are vastly stretched and distorted, and sometimes are nonsensical. The main offender being the trick from Earthen Peak up to the Iron Keep, because you're going from the top of a tower to a fortress that has none of the surrounding environments that you previously came from or in sight. You gonna stop breathing fire so I can hit you? Or are we just gonna play this game for a while now? Oh. And that's that. Great Soul Embrace. Old Iron King Soul. Through here. I can grab this. Let's look at that soul in the meantime. It's another... So we have the Soul of the Lost Sinner, which, as I said before, is very much implied to be the soul of the Witch of Izalith. Because the Great Souls were the ones... The souls that were taken by the Witch of Izalith, Nito, Gwen, and I can't remember, did the Furtive Pygmy have technically a Great Soul, or was it just... I think technically he had a Great Soul. So, Old Iron King Soul. Soul of the Old Iron King, who succumbed to the flames that swallowed his castle. The Old Iron King's flesh was charred, and his soul possessed by the things that lurk below. I guess it's not implied there, but it's very much implied that that is Gwen's soul. Try jumping. What the fuck killed people here? Okay. Primal bonfire lit. A primal bonfire was rekindled. So this is the room to the DLC, I believe. Ring required ahead. Weakness master. Oh shit. Shit. Looks like we're taking a bit of a sidetrack to an area that is way fucking stronger. Like, everything's way fucking stronger than we are now. Well, not way stronger, we're still... I would like to go back, please. I would not like to go into the DLC at this point in time. Hold on. Someone's... Okay. First things first, let's get some levels.
Your soul has grown stronger still. I only hope it brings you what you wish.
Let's see, level up. Gotta level our shit up. 4 levels, we can put it... Let's dump it into Dex. So. Shit. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Is there anywhere else we can go? Because I really don't want to fucking do the gutter. Yeah, I think we kind of have to. There's only one other area I can really think of. I also don't really want to go down there. Yeah, I guess there's no real way around it. We're gonna have to go through the fucking gutter. 2 hours on the torch. It's 2 hours to go through that area before it becomes damn near impossible to do. Into the gutter. Oh, God. Oh, God, this fucking area. I hate it. 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 Actually, since we have the extra souls, let's go by buy some more. I don't know. I'm like just going through the fucking horror story in my head that is this fucking area. It's probably not as bad as I think it is. It's probably like, well, it's not gonna be fine. It's just, it's not as big as it's like the Iron Keep. Like, for some reason in my brain, the Iron Keep was way bigger than I thought it, like I remembered it being. It's just a matter of that, hey, it takes a million fucking years. It took me, like, a long-ass time to go, through that area. Alright. So, the key to making it through this area with your fucking sanity... Son of a bitch. This area is such a fucking drain on your resources. It takes so much of your torch... It takes so much of your... You're just going to constantly be popping heals if you're not careful. I could just jump there, honestly. And that would get us partial... Actually, I think now that I've dropped down here, I think it's the only way I can go. is to light these scones along the way. That's pretty much the only way you're going to be able to make it through. You do get the whole thing of, like, everything around the scone is going to be really bright. But everything, like, kind of around, everything outside the area is going to be dark as shit. But this is about the only way where you can track where you've been and where you haven't been. So, my recommendation for this area, just keep your torch and light every single goddamn scone you can find. As long as you're actually searching the area. Key required ahead. Required ahead. Is it? Ah, I see. It's this place. Yeah, can't get through there. I'm fucking poisoned. So, also, these statues. Fuck these statues. Break them all. Down. Visions are pointless. Can't take. Yeah, I can't fucking take this. I'm already getting a combination of, like, anxious and pissed off. Where right this break? Oh right, these fucking things. Okay, so these barrels will, like, they'll drop out like a goo that will cause your equipment to, like, deteriorate fast as shit. So this entire area is just designed to be fucking annoying. That's what I got to say about it. And as I said before, I'd rather go through fucking Blighttown, because Blighttown at least makes coherent sense. You're going down. This place is a column of mazes, essentially. And again, we run into the same problem of, like, it's hard as shit to see, but okay, let me see. So having no torch, like, see, I can't see that shit over there, but if I walk over here, I can see, it's all, like, blue lit, but, like, I can see just fine. With the torches, it's like, all this is lit, I can't see that back wall there. Alright. This is a fucking trap if I've ever seen one. And yeah, you just gotta... Just gotta light everything along the way. Range of Yore. I do remember, yeah, there's a shard here. If I remember correctly, there's an Estus shard here, Estus shard here. Block that. Oh shit. Alright. Oh. I think there's only, like, one other bonfire in this entire area, and it's towards the end. It's, like, right at the fucking end, too. Son of a bitch. Give me a torch, please. Nope. More throwing knives. Knives. This is a decent place to stock up on your poison throw knives, though. But I hardly ever use them. I've only used them once in the entire game, and it was against one enemy that I didn't necessarily even have to do it against. don't worry about it. It's not. Got fire bombs. Torch, adding another 5 minutes to our light. Drop. Try jumping. Can we get in there? We can. May as well try. Let's switch out our rings real quick. Switch that out for the silver cat ring, just in case. Drop. So, minimal damage, and drop again. What's around here? Nothing. Treasure ahead. Titanite chunk, hey! That's something, at least. See, this is what I was saying, is like, I'm so fucking ass backwards in this place that if it wasn't for the fact that that wasn't lit, I would have no idea if I'd been in this area or not before. This area is basically been trying to fucking outdo the goddamn Blighttown and, whatchamacallit. What was the place in Demon Souls? The something of desolation or the something of despair? It was something. Okay. A Haid Knight. Should we fuck with him? Let's fuck with him. We have that. Haid Knight, helmet, and the lance. So, it's like a ladder, some chests, try armor in short night job. Let's. We won't be dropping again. So, Helm of Oros. Let's see what that's like. Blonde Knight. Ah, I see. Yeah, this is the... So there's that set, and then there's a set that looks like it's made out of glass, almost. It's kind of cool. It's a shard. Bring us up to 8. So, Knights. Doesn't matter how many fucking goodies you get in game, this area's still a shit, and it's not worth coming here. I'd avoid it if I could. Nope. I was about to say, maybe I'm really lucky and my soul level is high enough. I think, is there anything... reason to go down there? Let's just do this. Try down, then treasure ahead. Try down. Well, we've been down. Oh, whatever. I'd rather just do all this in one big run and not. I'm sure we're gonna have to. I'm sure I'm gonna die at some point, or I'm gonna have to go back to a bonfire. Okay, that's fucky. Oh shit. Well, what'd I just say? Thankfully, the soul return in this area is garbage. So, there is no goddamn incentive So yeah, we have no real obligation to go and retrieve those souls, because it's 6,000 souls. Okay. Avoid that hole. And come back here. Getting that. I have a torch, or I have a torch equipped rather, so that means no shield. The torch will take up your left hand every time, so if you want to be really ballsy, you can put your oh, excuse me. You can put your torch in your, or you can equip your shield in your right hand, and so that you keep your shield up at all times. It's good against blocking the poison spit and some of the attacks, but obviously it makes it so you can't attack. Come on. Just break these fucking statues. Ah, you fucker. This way. They only take 2 spits to fucking poison you. Ain't that a bitch. Shortcut, but be wary of poison. Yeah, you can totally drop down there. Yeah, there's a lot of shortcuts, but the problem is you drop, and then you're like, I have no idea where I am. Oh, excuse me, I was told. Try to go to mute my mic, but that sneeze really hurt. I kept it all inside. Oh, fuck it. Damn it. These things are horrible, and guess what? That's not the last that we'll encounter of them. God damn, so many fucking shortcuts. Fine work. Try down. Silence. I'm surprised I didn't shoot a barrage of poison at me. And we're back here. A life gem for our efforts. Will be. May as well sit down. Let's try some of those shortcuts we saw. Because we could just drop down back here, and we'd be pretty much about where we were. The messages of people that have braved this area before are a fucking godsend in this area, because most of the time you'd have, like, I don't know, you're so focused on not falling off the damn edge and all the traps and shit that... I do believe the stones stay broke, so that's good at least. You break them once and then you're done. Drink, 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 drink! That's annoying. Excuse me. That torch. Now that I'm looking at all, the area probably isn't nearly as big as I'm slightly Scottish for a second there for some reason. I'm thinking. As I'm thinking, but it's just what's the phrase I always say? It's not hard, it's tedious. I was using that to describe when it comes to like a lot of the things I'm working on in like say college. Oh, if you die, they come back. Oh, that's funky. a lot of college work, at least for me, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, look at me, I'm smart. It's like, just how it is that a lot of college... Oh, shit. I like that. Hopefully avoid the poison. Actually, avoid that poison. I'm fucking shocked that all worked out in my favor. I have been here. Set the light. Nope. I thought he was going to drop an item for some reason. Oh my god. This is the same bullshit as that the arrows back in the Iron Keep, but instead of it being... Okay. Interesting. Try torch. There's dudes partying over there. Let's cross over this side. Yeah, went over here. Wow, that fucking hurts. Oh fuck. Okay. Really hoping I can get you in those three. Fireballs. Yeah, look at that fucking party over there. Yeah, no idea where I am. That's not a drop. I'm sure as shit isn't a drop. Oh shit. Torch. Yeah, now that I think of it, you do pick up plenty of torches along the way. They can be found in, they're dropped every once in a while by the, or there's one guy who will always drop a torch in the, what's the fucking harbor's name? What's that area called? I can't remember at the moment. I'm dead. That's another bad thing about this area, is that it's like, if there was a spot, like say back here on this back wall here, where you had to dump 3 Pharos Lockstones, but you got the fucking, what's the name of that area? No Man's Wharf. If I had to dump 3 goddamn Pharos Lockstones into the wall just to have some goddamn torches so I could see everything going on. Because that's the biggest thing, is that, like, if you told me, hey, go back to that area without, like, having to wander around in circles, I couldn't fucking do it, because the whole thing with it being dark is that you have no idea where you are relative to everything else. That's the biggest issue, at least for me. Is that, like, you just completely lose all spatial awareness of where you are in the level. You just know you're supposed to go down, or you guess that you're supposed to go down, given that there's fog walls down there. Ow. What the fuck is it with the items disappearing? That's like twice now that that's happened. Alright, so... jump. We're gonna fight over here. So this thing first. It's this fucking one with the sword. The ones with the swords really hurt. The ones with like the fucking torches and whatever, they're whatever, and then the ones with their fists are baby shit. Ugh. There's one more annoying area after this. I better go light my torch. I will say that after this area, yeah, the Iron Keep, the gutter, and then the area after this, I will say, probably took me the longest to beat in terms of, like, it's not a very long area, it's just so fucking, it's such a clusterfuck of things to kill you that it takes a while to fucking get your way through. Alright. Let's break these. Ow, ow, ow. It also doesn't help that since there's so many areas to fall with these in this area, or there's so many places to fall in this area that. Oh my god, you see that? So the life gems stop working when you hit your cap, your health cap. Yeah, so the LM fell through the fucking floor again. The items have such a small hitbox that they just fall through the floor. Alright, we've been here, we've been here. Try attacking, try ring, then drop down. Have we been there? See, I don't know. I don't know. Where am I? Okay. We went up this way, I believe. Maybe. Yeah, we opened that. Torch. And there's a bridge. What's that up there? Okay. Okay, we went up. Yes, I remember now. We went up. And then we crossed this bridge. At the very least, I believe we've grabbed everything of... Jesus Christ. We've grabbed everything of, like, immediate value in this area. Oh, shit. Like, everything we, like, really need to grab. Okay, let's just... This is here. Just try not to fall. Can't really jump anywhere. There's a fog door. Ew. It looks like one of the bugs from, what's it called? Darkest Dungeon. There's a throw knife, torch. Yes. Wait, no. Oh, fuck. See, look how fucking fast my equipment went down. These enemies don't so much do damage, they just hurt your equipment. Back, and then back. So this will probably have poison. No? Okay. Wicked Eye Great Shield. Let's look at that. Because that sounds cool. It looks like the fucking, Dark Brotherhood Guild on the shield there. A great shield with an unseemly design, covered in the prints of countless hands. The true origin of the shield is unknown. No amount of polish has clears its face of the mysterious handprints. It absorbs HP from us or an enemy. Oh well. Like that. Oh shit. Really hoping to get yes. Okay, yeah, I think this is about the end of the area. So, not nearly as long as I remember, but... yes, okay, so... You see this thing. You're like, huh, what the fuck is this? Oh god, there's fucking these guys. And then, oh god, it's a giant fucking ant that's spitting out gas. But secretly, and the game doesn't really tell you this gas cures poison. So if you come in here poisoned up, it will cure your poison. At the downgrade of its degrades your weapons. So my weapon's being degraded right now, so let's get the fuck out of here. Don't you dare, friend ahead. Fire ahead, but not here. So, I don't know if there's actually an item in there, but that ant's not doing anything. Just mind its own business. So yeah, this area, even the fucking getting to the goddamn bonfire, it's in here. But even getting the goddamn bonfire is a pain in the ass. So. You know what would have made this area better? Is the if you lit a torch, the hollows wouldn't want to go near it. So that way you have like an incentive to constantly, besides the obvious benefit of knowing if you've been in an area or not. Dung pie. Can I break these? Yes. There's a fucking wall around here somewhere you can break if you whack it. I'll remember that. Yeah, here it is. Let's switch up. Yeah! Sit at this goddamn bonfire. We're going back to Majula. Because we're going to cash in for more life gems. And then we can get our... what's the fucking thing?
Is that here to see? However,
So, upgrade the Estus. I don't remember how many Estus there are in the game. I think in the base game there's 10? Sounds about right. We got quite a lot of souls, so, and not as many gems, so. 33, hey! So we're about a third of the total gems we can carry. I'm sure shit not gonna... I'm sure shit not gonna say no to more healing. Alright, back into...
Sure shit not gonna say no to more.
God damn, my voice is annoying. A lot of those people, like... I've heard my voice in recordings a lot, because I've been doing this off and on again for a while. But still never quite... Still hit my voice, I'm telling you what. But that's an extremely common thing.
no, we're not gonna fuck with that. There's no reason to destroy ahead. Anything else in the area that we need to grab before we move on? Ow. Let's head down. Not really. Oh shit. Well, glad we spent those souls. Certainly glad we spent those souls. Alright, let's continue out. Maybe one day I'll learn not to walk right in front of these fucking things. Oh shit. And that's why you carried the torch. Alright. Come on, we're just about done with this fucking area, and then it's on to the next fucking annoying area. But at least we don't have to worry about the torch anymore. That. Great. That's. So, let's see if I can see where all these lead. Normally I would say, oh, that's bullshit, but that is kind of on me for not even looking down before heading down the ladder. Where's that? There's a lot of platforms on the way down. Pine Risen. You know what? I don't even care anymore. May as well go up. If it's giving us the option to go up, we may as well. And I think that's drop. Need to get to there. Oh shit. Oh shit. I could have jumped to that. Okay. So now we know we can just drop down straight to the, or we could probably jump over to that that chest and then head down. Because it says central gutter, but it's more like the tail end of the bullshit. But it's also one of those times where FromSoft decided, hey, let's make it a goddamn platforming game, and some of the game with some of the clunkiest, shittiest jumping in video games. Like, I don't have a problem with the jumping being shit, but don't make me jump if you're gonna make the jumping shit. As I said earlier, I fucking, like, never needed to jump in Dark Souls 3. And there were times where jumping in Dark Souls 1, you could, like, get by some finicky shit with it, but... Oh my god, okay. That time I made it. Great club. Good strength weapon, but useless to us. Alright. Ow, ow, my ass. Shit, you guys are just gonna come up here. I'll fucking... I'll let you. I'll kill you one at a time. Ow. Oh shit. Why am I blocking? Oh yeah, so yeah, that's a good example. So those wooden treasure chests can be kind of fucky because a lot of times they'll sit enemies near or next to the... Oh, you guys are having a little party down here, huh? Sword guys are first priority. Yeah. Alright. gem. Hey! A lot of life gems. Let's climb up here just for prosperity. Like this. Alright. I need to go back. I'll probably do it once once the actual playthrough is done. Try item, projectile. Well, we got plenty of poison knives. Well, not plenty, but pretty... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Nope, put those back on. Oh, look at me being a fucking dumbass. I think we can survive this drop. Yeah. Break wrench at your... Think carefully. Fire ahead. Try tongue butthole. Oh. Mini heart attack there. Silence. Son of a bitch. Sniper. So if that's a pretty good despair ahead, then stay calm. Alright. Black Gulch. Oh, my fucking head. I'm getting like a fucking stress headache. Oh. Let's do this shit. So I don't remember if there's a way to discern which ones are poisoned and which ones are not. But if they're not spitting at me, you kinda gotta do this dance with them. Ow. These two. Let's break all these ones. Ah, that guy has the right idea. Use the fucking whip. That is a fucking smart idea. Actually, humanity up. We're gonna need all the help we can get. Alright. Shit. It's almost like they gave you a lot of life gems because they knew this area is bullshit. Actually, we can pretty much put our torch away. So that should help with the poison, because I believe let's see, was about 51 resistance against poison. So behind, maybe? Or they might have just backed up into here to try to... they might have tried back up here to fight that monster and then died of the poison. Shotel. Shotel. Yes. What is it? What is this? It's not as good as the scimitar. It looks cool though. Shotel's cool. Gotta be real careful, because any one of these fools will be a monster. And that grab will kill you. These are really cool monsters, though. I really like their design. I will give it that. Ow. Well, now that I'm poisoned, I can just say fuck it and ow, ow, ow. Clear all these out. That is one thing about the poison. Once you got it, just clear out these. Oh shit, I didn't even see that. Come on, one more. Die. These are annoying. Lone Hunter Schmidt. Is there anything in here? No, it just dead end. Oh shit, bumped the mic. Alright, what's this? Bashful Ray. Do you think? Yeah, these are very obviously meant to just... You get hit, and you go flying off the goddamn edge. Ah yes, I remember this area. This is the area that fucked me over a lot. Woodland Child Victor. Could you come here, please? That'd be great. Got a little bit of poison, don't you? No, unfortunately. But once you clear all this shit out. Oh shit, we've been using the goddamn scimitar the whole time. I didn't even notice. Well, it might be for the best, because hey, that means we get to keep our good weapon in reserve. Alright. Much easier time than last time, but so much of Dark Souls is just knowing. Knowing how to deal with certain problems, knowing how to deal with fucky shit. So that broke. I don't think we can repair it. Nope. Well, we'll have to pay to have that fixed. But, whatever. Radiant Life Gem. So, carefully. Woodland Child Gully. Ow. Over here. Oh, you got the opposite wielding of your brother, maybe. Ow! You hit hard. So yeah, imagine trying to like rush through this area as I got very impatient and tried to do, and you're constantly running into invasions, constantly getting poisoned, constantly having to watch out for the fucking ink monsters. You can imagine how much of a pain in the ass this area can be, but a lot of it is just about, as with a lot of things in Dark Souls, a lot of things is just about knowing how to deal with the situations and being able to be patient and take your time with things. Just play the game at its pace, as much as it sucks. If you try to force the game to be played at your pace, you're going to, more often than not, be met with failure, as the game punishes you for trying to play the wrong way. Alright. That was ballsy of me. I should have backed up and healed, but... I believe that's the last one. There might be a third, but either way. So, once again, keep our eyes on these pools. As soon as something starts to bubble up. Oh, shit. Here. Where? Maybe I'll pop a goddamn, whatchamacallit. Ow. I can just hit the, Falchion, I can just, oh, okay. Falchion, I can just about kill these guys too. So, what that is, you'll get a little bit of a damage boost if you hit an enemy when they're recovering from a attack or they're in like the middle of an attack. I should heal. We got Divine Blessing. I believe we cleared pretty much all the pools, so let's use a flame butterfly so we can see. Here. Ooh, hello. This is what I was looking for. So, use the branch. Sorry, good sir. Oh, shit. If that had knocked me off the edge, I would have been so fucking pissed. That actually would have gotten me pissed off. So, bonfire. Ally, but be wary of death. Fair Sunstone. We're running a bit low on our, we're running a bit low as far as durability. We also have to fight the boss at the end, so let's just play it safe. Okay. First, break all these, because we're going to have to come through here at least one more time, because the boss is through that door. Now I'm trying to remember, because there's one more thing we absolutely have to do. The ones on the floor. That I can't really reach, because, well, I could probably reach them with that, but I don't want to fuck around too much. Trying to desperately remember where. Up there somewhere. go light that torch. Entrance somewhere on this right wall. But where? That's the hole. That's the hole. Chest. Down here, because I remember there being... I know one of them goes to the door that we can't... Another door that we can't open. And there's like a... Try below. Is it this one? Try down. Oh god, this is so fucking fucky. Straight down. Render flow. Yes, yes, okay. Hey, Lucatiel.
Oh. You... My thoughts are very scattered. What is this curse? The question rings in my mind, but I haven't the focus to answer it. Loss frightens me no end. Loss of memory, loss of self. If I were told that by killing you I would be freed of this curse, then I would draw my sword without hesitation. I don't want to die. I want to exist. Anything at all for this. It shames me, but it is the truth. Sometimes I feel obsessed with this insignificant thing called self. But even so, I am compelled to preserve it. Am I wrong to feel so? Surely you do the same in my shoes. Maybe we're all cursed. From the moment we're born. Sometimes I feel even so... Am I... Maybe we're all... From the moment...
So, yeah, Lucatiel's... She's pretty much on the way out. As she said, she's not being able to think straight. She's starting to lose, like, her own identity in her hollowing out. That's why Lucatiel is one of my favorite characters in all of Dark Souls. Any of them, because it shows that it's a lot like Solaire from Dark Souls 1, where here's a guy who is, like... You think to yourself, it's like, okay, this person's a badass. If anybody's... Though for Solaire, it's much more obvious that he's, like, his skill and stuff, because for fuck's sakes, he beats you to Anor Londo. But it's like, here's a guy that is such a badass, and this world and this curse just breaks him down. And then Lucatiel... Again, you just watch as this person just progressively breaks down more and more, so. Alright, let's fight the boss! This is a cool fucking boss. The Rotten. Ow, and he hits hard. Now it's kind of hard to see, but he actually has a guy up on his right shoulder. It's easier to see now, but it's like he has a guy up on his right shoulder that seems to be controlling him, or at the very least, his actions, the actions of the guy on the shoulder reflects the actions of the whole. And you saw he was building the statues there. Oh shit. Oof. You saw he was trying to build statues there, so there's theories that that is Pharaoh's on his shoulder. Some stamina. I totally understand why it is the way it is, but there is part of me that is a bit like, oh, I wish it worked like this, in that because life gems stop working when it hits the cap of your health. So I understand why it's so that you can't like really pre-heal. Like a soul burst. I was blocking, so it didn't take it. Need to kill him now. Kill him now. Great soul. Soul of the Rotten. A big chunk of souls. Right spot ahead. Oh, my nose is itchy now. That's, so we got 3 great souls, which is, I believe, all we needed. Soul of the Rotten, who rides deep in the gutter. The Rotten embraces all in a sanctuary, for all things unwanted are tossed away. So, no. There is one more, I believe. Maybe. Yes? No. Yes. I could have sworn there was a... Oh. Am I just really misremembering this area? I could have sworn there was a bonfire, a primal bonfire down here to roll. I'm sure there is, because every Great Soul boss has a primal bonfire afterwards. That's the whole point. Oh, right here. Okay.
Let me, oh, shit. Message. Let's see. Where is here? This also, hey, this also gives you a, here. So write that here. And, now people have that. Because, as you just saw, I sure shit couldn't see that door. Chest, right. Chest, left. That's fucking goofy. That's really funny. Petrified something, skeptic spice, and simpleton spice. That's funny. I like that. I'd like to think it was by the same person. Probably not. Trap ahead. Hurrah for victory. Primal bonfire lids. So yeah, this is another thing that I was saying too. I didn't really say it with the Iron King one, but I said it with the Lost Center one. Is like, look at how fucking big this room is, and imagine how goddamn big this bonfire must have been. This primal fire. And then, like, it's just this now. There's all sorts of evidence that, like, holy shit, the fucking bonfires, the shit tied to the first flame used to be the biggest shit in the fucking world, but now it's all, like, it's all gone. Where, oh where? I have the next area in my mind. I'm trying desperately.
Bearer of the curse, it is the only choice left to you.
I don't know. I was just making sure. Okay, what should we dump into? What should we dump into? What should we dump into? Yeah, we're not getting much more, I'd say. Okay, so 50 is the soft cap, where we can still go above 50, but see, watch. So it's like, that goes up to, 1, that goes up 2, and then after 50, it doesn't go up again, it goes up 1, so. So we'll put this at 50. And then let's go see if the guy at the whatchamacallit, this guy.
You need armor? Go ahead.
He should be offering some good shit. So yeah, he has the Smelter Demon stuff, which has really, really high fire resistance. Really high fire resistance. So this is if we want, the easiest way without learning pyromancies and stuff, and learning stuff like flash sweat.
Are you sure?
To get the items in the Iron Keep that are behind, like whatchamacallit, that are in the lava and shit. Easiest way to get them is to just grab that armor and run like a motherfucker. Hey, look at that.
Ah, yes. I was born in the land of Mirror. Mirror is also the home of an infamous killer, a knight in name alone. He was locked in the dungeon for multiple murders. But shortly before his execution, he managed to escape. And the other day, I saw a fellow with a striking likeness, and then... Wait. Well, I think he looked rather similar. No, it's true. I saw just such a man, I swear. I believe his name was... Cray something. I believe they shared some resemblance, I think. Even more flames have appeared. I don't know what causes it.
Yeah. There's no real, gameplay benefit to the flames. The only real thing that it does is you can get an achievement for, having all the flames appear. I'd have to look again what causes all the flames to appear. I think it's, lighting all the major bonfires in an area, but I don't know off the top of my head. So, let's continue onward. How long have we been streaming, now that I think of it? Like 2 hours? Closer to 2.5. I think I know how to get to the next area. Alright, level up. What can we even put shit into? We need to keep some souls left over because we gotta fix our goddamn scimitar. 2 levels worth. Endurance, Vit. I mean, Vit's still going up consistently, so... how about we just put some into Vit, so that when we... when we ever equip either a third weapon or a different set of armor that's slightly heavier but has better defense, we now can keep a better roll. Because the Vit basically just increases your Vit number, and how your weight is determined is basically the repair. Wasn't nearly expensive as I thought. And then still need chunks. Washing pole +5. Still need large shards. Shit.
I'll be around.
What is... because you can upgrade your armor and shit too. I think the only thing with the shield... Oh! I see. Tell you what, we got souls to burn and plenty of shards, and we can buy more shards, so let's dump it into this. Yeah, so now the major thing is that it will block elemental damage, and it will block physical damage a little bit better. But the main thing is that it's now more resistant to like status effects.
I'll be around.
So that's good. Let's actually rest at the bonfire. And then I believe the way... let's just buy one more. Hang these. Because you always want to walk around with the lowest amount of souls you possibly can. Because the less souls you're carrying with you, the less souls you have to lose. So, I believe it's this way. I'll know it once I see it. We have to go through this area anyway, so we may as well. We'll also have to stop by the crows at some point to drop off our items for them. Hello. Life gems and no more bones.
Have you business with me? The way under is all blocked up, you see, by this god-awful statue. Heavens above. Who thought it a good idea to put it there? Oof, I'm in quite the pickle now.
So he's holding the Moonlight Greatsword, which is a staple. It appears in pretty much every FromSoft game.
See that statue? Gives me the willies. You stare at it for long enough, it starts to look alive. It just doesn't seem quite right. There are no craftsmen around these parts. Hey, you don't think a real-life person was turned to stone, do you?
Wow, this guy, the ghost I'm watching right now, is really asking for it.
See that statue?
Okay.
So... You don't think a real...
statue here. Hello. These enemies are fucking gross. Like, these guys just fucking creep me out. When we see one from the front, you'll see why. So, use the Fragrant Branch, you're here. Seems like the fucking Predator's on the other side of this door, but...
Thank you. I've been petrified. Hard to speak. Give me... I'm fine. I think... No. I'm fine. Really, I am. My name is Rosabeth. Thank you so much for rescuing me. Oh. You're that traveler. I still haven't thanked you. Well, I'm quite a hand at pyromancy, so perhaps you could consider this my thanks.
Prism Stone.
I was attacked and turned to stone, I think. I owe you my life. If you had not come... Oh, I feel shameful wearing these rags. I hate to burden you further, as you've already saved my life, but just look at me. My clothes are in tatters. Do you have any clothing that you could spare? I'll take anything, whatever you don't need. I'm not particular when it comes to apparel. Anything at all will do. Just put it on the ground, and I'll change into it later.
Give equipment. I mean, we can give her some... Give her that. Pretty much give her the set we started with. Cannot be received. Yeah. Reinforced Pyromancy Flame. Don't have enough, but we have a couple fire seeds, so if we ever wanted to dip into Pyromancy, we could. What do you sell? We sell some defense rings, some burrs, and the stuff to upgrade your Pyromancy Flame, and a couple Pyromancies, as to be expected.
I have my very own teacher. His name is Carillion of the Fold, a famed sorcerer in Melfia, our hometown. I was fascinated by sorcery, and so... Well, he's so unique, you see. When he set out for Drang Lake, I couldn't let him go alone. But we were separated. Quite early on, I'm afraid. I'm rather unskilled. My lord probably ditched me. But, oddly, I'm a fast learner when it comes to pyromancy. What we're fascinated by, and we're skilled at, are not always the same thing. Why can't I just focus on what I truly enjoy? Oh dear, I shouldn't be so choosy. It's hardly my place. I have my very... Okay. His name is Carillion of the Fold. I'm rather Oh, it's hardly my... Thank you so... After I change into this... I'm not sure where...
So, she will head to Majula, and if we ever decide to dabble into pyromancies, that's where she will be. Alright. Oh, shit! Yeah, these guys, for whatever reason, have, like, massive fucking gonads. And that is the son of a bitch that we were hearing on the other side. Spear! 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 Quite something ahead. In short, hurrah for treasure. Treasure. Estashard. Did that come out of this door? I think so. Yeah. Lloyd's talisman. Mostly useless to us, unless we ever get invaded. At which point we can huck it at a guy who can't heal in the first place. Yeah, it's fucking useless. Because I don't plan on ever doing invasions. Dark Souls jumping! Oh shit. Oh! That fucking hurt. Solid Proud Knight, Human Effigy, large Titanite shards. Alright, jump. Alright. Up, 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 up. Now, I believe... Is this the right way? I don't remember. I think it is. There are two areas that look like... There are several areas that look like this. So it's hard in my brain to kind of separate the two. Or separate the several areas. I'll know where I'm going when I see it. A rocket. Oh, what the fuck is up with all these goddamn bloodstains? Is it people just getting stuck back here, or? Oh, that's weird. Alrighty. So, Proud Knights and FGs. We're sitting at 32 FGs. Quite a lot. Debating whether I should... I don't think I will. So, we have a couple paths. We have this one. Shit. I'm trying to remember what leads where. I don't think... Oh, shit. Excuse me. I feel like the right... I know I went to the right first, I just don't remember if this ends up... try left, therefore motion ahead. Be wary of ghost. Yeah, I do remember going through this area first, but I don't remember if it's actually... a... area where... Yeah, so this enemy has fucking ghosts, like near invisible enemies that you'll have to deal with. Alright, so this is who we wanted to go to first. Fire seed.
Leave me be. I like it quiet. Leave me be. What business have you here, traveller? You may call me Vengal, if I deserve a name in this sorry state.
I mean, you're just ahead.
'Tis rare to flap these guns. This is pleasant. Long ago, I was hired to defend the kingdom. I remember a long, brutal fight, and then somebody killed me. So I thought. I came to and found myself like this. I don't know what explains it, but it's not so bad, really. Now I watch the days go by and gaze at the night sky, thinking of the finer things, far removed from war. I'd grown weary of battle, but did not realize it until now. I know not what brings you on this journey, nor will I deign to ask. You may bear a great burden, don't we all? I prefer to stay my distance. But I want to warn you of something. My body. I see visions. My body, headless, raging without me. My body wielding my sword, a sword forged only to kill. My body will show no mercy. If you see the wretched thing, stay far away. I learn new things every day. Things never learned in battle. And, thanks to you, I've recalled the joy of conversation. If I can help you, if you require something, do speak up.
He's got the claymore, he's got the greatsword. He's got magic barrier, he's got some lightning shit, he's got some good arrows. Decapitate, gesture.
I cannot lie. Sometimes I wonder what's become of the kingdom. I was a hired hand, yes, but we soldiers stared death in the eye together. And for His Highness, I am afraid. But perhaps it's for the best. We knew not what we fought for. I was born in Feroza, a land in the distant east. When I was born, we were already mired in prolonged conflict with our neighbours. Eventually, our kingdom fell. Our people scattered. I've been a sellsword ever since. All I ever knew was war, and I can imagine no other way to live. What a fool I was.
I'm grateful for these peaceful days. But such contentment lies only in the here and now. Why must life be so confounding? Thank you for lending an ear to my ramblings. Here, take these. I've no use for them. Go along and resume your journey. I cannot lie. Safe travel.
So, yeah. Vanguard's fucking cool. We got his helm. It vaguely reminds me of the... Ooh, it's actually better. It's a little bit lighter, but... One moment. Okay. I'll be right back. Hold on. Terribly sorry about that. So. Yeah, oh yeah, the helm's way better. Yeah, it's only a little bit weaker in a handful of areas, but fuck it. We're gonna wear this now. It kind of reminds me of the Odegaron set from Monster Hunter, is what it's reminding me of. Anyway, so we'll continue on. Oh yeah, that is a little weird. Like, you can kind of see a bit. There was like a moment where I thought I saw through the map, but either way. So we're going to continue left. When in a maze, or an area that's a ass to traverse through, and when possible, just go left. Try left in short bonfire. Really? I didn't even know there was a bonfire in this area. Maybe out of the area. Yeah. Okay. So that's the area out, so we're gonna... Oh yeah. Ooh, that's creepy. Dark. Yeah, see, you can kind of see him in the mist. Ow, ow. Ow, you are an asshole. Left and then chest. Left, chest. It's hard to tell what's a ghost as far as like what's another person playing. Bring ahead, but be wary of stabbing in the back. Yeah, somebody's coming. Try to way around now. Chloranthy ring, +1. Let's put that on immediately. So, even better stamina regen. Which is why the Chloranthy ring is a practically, like, pretty much everyone I know has strapped that goddamn ring on and never taken it off. Because you use stamina so much that why would you ever take it off? Old sun ring. We'll look at all this stuff when it's safe. Let's follow along this left wall, so we're coming back around towards the beginning of the area. Where are you at? Yeah, they're like just the right amount of transparent that like you think your eyes might be playing tricks on you. But once you like once you actually like, you can't actually lock onto them, but once you get a beat on them, okay, so that's back out. So. Ow. Not quite this way. That's back to Vengaro. Legends. Ooh. That's a death. Oh well. Backstabs are no joke. But that area is pretty small, so I think as long as we just run it, we should be able to get out of there without... Yep, see, there's our souls there. There's that little moment is like... It's not quite the fog, like, loading in, but it's more just like... The fog acts as like a physical... There's like a physical line where the fog actually starts to affect. Right. This, or, well, no. This kind of reminds me just a little bit of Dark Souls 1. Some of the areas, especially around Firelink. Alright, don't need to sit, because we're pretty much where we were. Bonfire head, yep. Oh, hi. Okay. So we can walk down there. Magic bolt. That laugh kind of reminds me of the laugh in the PT demo. Oh shit! I remember this area now. So let's let that work its course. So that's Curse. It won't kill me, unlike the other games. Curse used to be, it built up and it was, you just died. It's from these barrels here. So that's what it used to do. And then in Dark Souls 2, in Dark Souls 1 it would curse you, and I believe it would half your health. So it was really bad. Here it just kind of brings your, it brings your health bar down a tick, like as though you died, where you start to hollow out. It just does like a tick of hollow damage, essentially. Excuse me. Gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Okay. Deal with that because we would need to go back and do something real quick. Illusory wall, don't you dare. Yeah, that very much does seem like a illusory wall. And now this looks like you should be able to walk through it too. Where is that other fucking barrel coming from? butterfly. 3 torches. Yeah, it is a bit, I was just thinking, because I don't really remember ever using the torch in any other area. So I can't really tell if it's boiled down to this was used to be sorcery ahead. In short, do it. If it's just a sorcery, I'd rather save the Fragrant Branch. How many do we have? Used 1, but I think we got 1 back. We have 2 left. I'd much rather save it. Because, again, not using sorceries, there's not much of a point in using such an item that there's enough oh shit, yep, I remember now. I was like, oh shit. Actually, this is good, because we need to go down here at one point anyway. Or we will have to go down at one point anyway. Oh shit. Yeah, the Basilisk are probably, like, the easiest deadly enemy in the game. Because as you just saw, it usually only takes, like, 2 or 3 hits to kill them, but it's the fucking... It's locked. Ah, shit. So we need to get that door open, because there's an NPC back there that we really want to talk to. Shit, that was... rotting away my equipment, I believe. Yeah, look, my boots and my gauntlets just took a shit ton of damage. Shade ahead. Can't get up there. Want to get up there. Can't get up there. Blah, blah, blah. Ah. Like that. Soul Brave Warrior, fire bombs. What is down here? Be wary of liar, poor soul. Yeah, so somebody probably put a message ahead of there. It's like to jump. I don't really see a point of letting this guy, unfreezing this guy. This is an enemy, by the way, it's not an NPC. So we will just not do that. I don't want to respawn all the enemies and respawn all the barrels, so we'll just keep going, because we already got a shit ton of life gems and a good amount of... We've only used 1 Estus, so... when not needed, no real... If you don't need to, there's no real point to sit down. We'll go to that area on the left last. That was an arrow, or a bolt of some kind. Actually, we'll go now. I will say, I do like this idea of, like, you see the ghosts the entire time of other players, so it lulls you into a false sense of security as far as, like, oh, you see it and it's like, oh, that's not an enemy, it's just another player. And then now these things are actively attacking you. These guys are cool. They're weird, crazy, like, lion people. Oh shit, that shit looks like fucking flying. I need to just, I need to wait. Stop moving. Hello! Seems the good way to kill him is 2 swipes. Tight spot. Yeah. Nothing down there. It seems the way to kill him is, yeah, wait for them to attack, 2 swipes, then roll away. There are Slackstones, Soul Brave Warrior.
Hello. Petrified Dragon Bone, Titanite chunks. We have 2 chunks. We can get the falchion up to +9? +8. And then we need 4 chunks for +9, if I remember correctly. And then we already have several slabs. We have 3 slabs already? Yes. And we'll be good to go with a +10 weapon going into the, See, there, I just thought that was an enemy. I like the idea. Also, the fact that you can't lock on to them shakes things up a bit. Because they're fucking ghosts, like... I can see why some people would think they're annoying, but... it is what it is. I like them. Alright, armor head, and then nice job. I don't want to use them if I really don't have to, because I don't know. I don't know where. If it's just for armor. Oh. See right there, I like had to think for a second, because like in my brain. I went, oh, no problem, oh, that's just a ghost. And then went, oh shit, it's a ghost. Fuck. Yeah. I'll tell you, well, we'll come through this area at a later date. Sweeping it, if need be. Not much over here. So, ooh. Hole. See right there, it's like, I had no idea if that guy's like...
Just wait, you dirty rat. I remember you. Don't you scare me like that. I thought you were him. That bastard with the ring lives in Brightstone Cove down the way. I'm gonna find him and settle the score. Nobody insults me like that. For the good of the world and for my own honour, I won't let that bastard live another day. For the good of the world, I won't let that bastard.
Pick up item, Brave Soul Warrior, Skeptic Spice. Nice job. Nothing. So if this leads up to the boss, what we're gonna do is we're gonna backtrack a bit and praise the sun. Hey, good. Praise the sun. Oh shit. Praise the sun. Oh shit. Try to tell me. Boss ahead, yeah. So let's go back, because we need to go do something first. Before we go fighting a boss. I do wish the Homeward Bones did have that option that they had in 3. Just for the sake of time. I mean, the load times aren't nearly as bad on the PS4 as they were during the on the PS3 when the game launched.
Is that a shard? Here to see. However,
Yeah, we forgot I had a shard. Not enough for level. No, not by quite a bit. So, upgrade shard. Get flask.
Up to 9 drinks. So, what we need to do, we need to run over here. I believe it's 10 plus 5 is the most you can get for the base game. And then DLCs, I believe, add 5 more shards. We need to talk to the cat.
Oh. You do have the time.
Let's see. Buy item. So this is what we want. We want the Ring of Whispers.
Satisfied? I'll be around.
Alright, so I believe that's all we really need. How many big souls do we have? We have, ooh, a lot. Yeah. So, need about 30,000, maybe, probably safer 32,000. There's 2 here. Alright. 32,000. Level up. Let's see, bigger. I don't know, there's not a lot we could really dump into without almost feeling like a waste. Dump into bigger. So at the very least, just keep getting that, the weight down. The percentage down. Because again, we don't know if when/if we'll find an armor set that is markedly bad. Yeah, so you can see there, the game seems to want you to do things in a particular order. And you can kind of tell that by how things are laid out on the screen, as far as like the fast travel screen. So it seems that once you, what did we do? I'm trying to think. Yeah, we did all the last Celestial stuff and the Sinner's Rise stuff. Then we went to the Shaded Wood, through the woods up the tower, and then through here. Yeah, through all the Iron Keep stuff. And then it seems you to want to do the after the Iron Keep stuff, it wants you to do the all the stuff through the forest. But we went through the gutters, because honestly, the faster I can get the gutter shit out of the way, the better. Because at this point, in my opinion, I don't think there's really another, at least as far as my immediate memory serves, I didn't have nearly as much as a problem with any other part of the game as I did this beginning, the stuff we went through earlier, with that gauntlet run in the Iron Keep, and in particular, or especially the, whatchamacallit, ally head, but ring required, yes, so, I got the ring. So. Shit. Titanite chunks, Titanite shards, bolt stone. Oh yes, we could have gone back and, shit, we could have done that. Dark Scythe. Oh shit. I'm kind of surprised that worked, but yeah, that'd be the only way to go get over her. Ally head. There's something else. Try collection of water off the ring. Try ring fire, short, try hint. Yes, so... we'll go down there. What we need to do is put on the Ring of Whispers.
Human, are we? This is no place for you. Be gone. Are you not afraid of me?
Nah.
Humans rarely come here. Those who do turn back when they see me. Or make an attempt on my life. But you are different. We once had a master. He created us long, long ago. But he was born with a fatal flaw. He resented those who had what he lacked and became fully mired in hatred. Eventually, he drove himself mad. It was at the peak of this madness that he conjured up we strange creatures. Our master was a tragically lonely soul. Eventually, his solitude eroded his very reason. In the end, he never understood what it was that he truly lacked. Nobody knows when we were born, or where our master has gone. The only ones who even speak a human tongue are myself and my better half. I wish to ask a favor of you. I want you to kill my betrothed. Once, I always found her at my side. But as time went on, things went awry. She became violent, raging uncontrollably. Eventually, she came after me, and we have been locked in combat ever since. We seem to be at a standstill. The wounds we exchange are never lethal. I was born of my master's madness. Perhaps this is some curse. I will be sure to assist you in return. The past is a distant fog. My name was Targ. That is all that I remember. The past is my name.
So yeah, he mentions that, we'll do this one, because I believe... Yeah, I believe to progress forward, we gotta do this one. Yeah. Ah, shit. So, yeah, there's Vengarl's body. Try not to kill our buddy here. Come back here. That was weird. It totally took me there. Oof, X-cut. Oof, bleeding. He seems to have trouble with corners. Say that as he goes through that moment of problem. Alright. Vengarl's body has been defeated. Let's check that armor. Whoa, but it's heavy. But it's really good. Could we maybe slip? Okay, that's worse. That's odd that the Drangleic set is, and I'm not complaining, big number is big number. Like, the Alva set, Lawn Knights is pretty damn good. They're heavy. They're heavy though. Relax. It's Fangirl set. It still put us. We lose a little bit of lightning resistance. Or what is that? Petrification? Oh shit. There it is. Dark. And a little bit less bleed, a little bit less poison. But a considerable amount of physical, like over double the amount of physical defense. So, change it to Vengarl's stuff. So we're Vengarl, Alva, Draining Lake. Wait, Vengarl, Alva, Draining Lake, Vengarl. And I think it doesn't. Oh, right, things don't scale with stats anymore. Torch. Nice job. Let's come out here. Where the fuck is that? Ah, fuck it. Like, oh, I'll conserve them, and then I have the last two, and I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Very pointless. Up and short butt. Is there another? Oh shit. Let's I'd get behind you. If that's possible, sir. So you got a lot of health, so. Yeah. So, Great Warrior, Twilight Earth. It said bug, so I would think it would mean it's blind bone. No. Hey, that's fucking great. Oh, can we just jump it? Oh, wait, no. Halberd. Pull ahead. Yeah. Maybe? Yeah, there we go. So yes. Let's burn that. Ah, not in this one part. Damn it. I sat down for nothing. Let us go human. And for shits and giggles, just to get those, that little bit of health back. Okay, so let us now. Actually, we can get rid of the Ring of Whispers and cover this. Back to the silver ring. It's pretty much, we can pretty much run just straight to the boss at this point. Bradley of the Old Guard. Oh, thanks. Let's see. Man Scorpion Tark. So, this fight is actually pretty fucking cool with him, so that's about the only reason I'm summoning a helper in. Go! Hello! Oh my god! So yeah. The main downside to summoning NPCs to help you fight, and summoning people to help you fight, is that it reduces the amount of damage each of you does to kind of help balance the fight. But, as you can see, with the right NPCs and the right strategy, the fight is really trivial. I hardly had to move the whole fight. Scorpionus Najka Soul. So. Oh, okay. See, once again, no fucking idea if that was a human or a... oh right, they're in a weird order now. Yeah. Soul of Scorpionus Najka. Najka was born amidst seeds of an ancient being, a frail being from the beginning that soon succumbed to madness. Use the soul of Najka to acquire numerous souls or to create something of great worth. So when it says that, what that's basically talking about is that you can eventually turn them into weapons. However, most of the weapons are kind of crap, and if it's a strength weapon, we can immediately eat that soul. And the benefit of that is that essentially... I fucking totally thought I could walk through that. The main benefit being that you can... I'm basically carrying a horde of extra souls on me. So let's call it... oh, he's not here. Okay. I thought he would be here. That's an enemy. I thought that was the other enemy. I don't know where the key is for that door down there that I wanted to access, but it's not the biggest deal. Probably the next bonfire, we will follow this up. Oh, yeah, so look at that. There's a fucking item up there. You got the easiest way is to have it, like, have the boss knock that tree down. You know what's up there? A fucking flame butterfly. Below, but here. Be wary of message, liar. Try silence. Find it. Tongue. Giant butthole. Try message with an illusion ahead. I think I remember. Yes, I do. Tight spot. Try message. Doors of Pharos. Hey, you big mammoth looking fuck. Prism stones. Yeah, look at this fucking guy. His fucking hammer, or this dwarf rather, but his hammer is a goddamn anvil on a stick. My battery's not even on my controller. Luckily, there's a bonfire right here. And that's... Well, let's head back to Majula actually, so we can level up. at the very least, leveling up every level will give you like a little bit of health. I think you go up 2 health, even if you're not dumping into Vit, or whatever the health stat is. It's not Vit. Vit is your weight.
Bearer of the seek less.
Yeah, vigor. Vit still go down. And yeah, we get about 2 HP every time we dump a Vit. Let's burn that sublime. Oh no, the sublime bone dust. I can't fucking talk. And let's run back to Things Between Us, so that we can get our items. Oh, we got a chunk too. That's right. And we have soul items, so we can pop a couple souls, upgrade our falchion to +8. Oh, excuse me. Streaming this long, wearing me out. We got through a lot today, though. I might be able to beat this faster than I did, or in less parts than I did. Dark Souls 3.
Yes, you! Give us
Leave. Actually, we'll leave these. We'll go down the order so that it gets progressively better. Leave. 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 You have to do them one at a time. If you stack more than one, it will just not work. Leave. Alright. So. Magic Stone. Old Mundane Stone. Soul of Proud Knight. Hey, that's pretty damn good. What does the Mundane Stone do? Is it a upgrade item? Or a... Grants power of the mundane. It does it. Huh. I've never seen that before, I don't think. Magic Stone. Poison Stone. Titanite Slab. We have 4 slabs! Twinkling Titanite. Actually, because it's the last little bit of housekeeping we can do, just so we absolutely cover all our bases, well, first we'll travel to Majula and upgrade our falchion. How big we need? I don't need that big. Oh shit. Okay, that'll probably be enough. Force. We want the falchion. Yes, falchion. Alright, falchion +9 is the next step, so we need... Oh, we only need 2 more. Gems. Okay.
I'll be around.
Yeah, once we sort out what actual armor we're gonna wear, we might just not upgrade any of the armors, but once we actually figure out this whole armor situation as far as what we're gonna actually wield, this together the same with Dex. Right. Actually. Oh, right. Okay. Okay, one more place added to the list. We haven't seen Macduff in, like, forever, but he is another blacksmith, and he will enchant your shit.
I ought to fled.
Infuse. So he'll infuse it with fire. Or magic fire. Dark. Poison. Bleed. Raw. Magic. Old Mundane. Oh, Old Mundane removes scaling? Or does it drop it back down to 0? Ah. I see, that's interesting. I'm not sure why you would do that. Okay. Let's see. Where was last one? Yes, it's still at the... Steel... Strayed. So Strayed is one of 2 NPCs that will give you, excuse me, that will turn your boss souls into weapons. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. So make sure to kill these fuckers first. Because if one triggers and then runs up and kills Strayed, he's dead forever. Sword of the Forlorn. Oh, these are... never mind. Trade. Mytha, the Baneful Soul. So it's a dagger. Dagger. Big ass sword from Pursuer. We get the warp sword from the Flexile Sentry. Hammer. Lance, Chariot Lance, Dragon Rider Twin Blade, the Dragon Rider Soul, Shield Crossbow, Pursuer's Great Shield, Dragon Rider's Great Shield, and this Royal Rat Vanguard, Scorpionus. Yeah. So, let's not do that. Turn any of them into weapons, because I don't think any boss soul is really gonna benefit me. I'm only just keeping around just in case. Like, I find like a really good, like one that'll turn into a really good weapon. But I think in general, the boss weapons are kind of sucky, and yeah, most of the time I just burn them for souls. Oh, and here's Rosebeth.
Oh, there you are. I'm here in Majula thanks entirely to you. You even were kind enough to clothe me. Thank you so very much. The only thing I can offer is pyromancy. But if that might help you, come to me.
So.
Be safe.
You feeling any better, bro?
Quite a hive of activity we are these days. I'd forgotten how much comfort a little companionship can bring. Once I'd lost everything, but now I am grateful for what you have taught me. It is very little, but please, take this.
Soul Vessel.
gesture. Welcome.
Do you see the way beyond the bonfire? There was once a great fall rush.
So I believe. Get that Belgian up. Just for shits and giggles, and to see if anything happens, let's go back and talk to Vengarl's head. Now that we've killed his body. Because you never know. Do I get out here? Up. That's right. And then after that, we will wrap it up for the day. Oh, I know. Yeah. Radiant Life Gem. Where the fuck did I come from? Ah, okay. Yes, yes. No. Yes. Alright, follow the right wall. And it'll be up a hill. No, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah.
Back again? Well, this is a pleasant surprise. Ah, it was you who vanquished my body. It is my body, you see, and I can sense what happens to it. I do not mourn for it. Good riddance. If you wish for help, summon me. I'm rusty in battle, but will fight by your side.
Okay.
When I was born,
Alright, so we now have the ability to summon Vengarl into a fight, if need be. Yeah, that's pretty much what I suspected would happen. Follow this path, follow the path. It's hard to see, but there's, like, cobblestones. Left, right. Upstairs. Back to Majula. A good 3.5 hours of streaming. I don't remember how long my Dark Souls 2 episodes tended to be, but if there's still quite a good chunk of the way to go, I'd say I'm just under 2/3 of the way done. So it might come out to about 12 episodes, which I could have done Dark Souls 3 in 11, but I chose to do it 12 so I could separate the last boss into its own separate episode, essentially, because I didn't know how long it would be, how many attempts it would take, and secondly, yeah, I just like the concise neatness of it, of having 12 episodes. So. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Praise the sun. Where's that? Right there. And I thank everybody for watching, especially if you made it to the end. If you're watching it live, if you're watching it as the VOD, recorded video on YouTube, just thanks everybody. Today was kind of crazy. We had like more people and more interactions than I've ever had in a stream, which is really nice. But anyway, I will see everybody who's hearing this and everybody who's not. I will see you all next time. Peace.